In this video, I will show you how to replace the front brakes pads on Audi C7 and C7.5 S6. The vehicle data sticker will show you which model brakes you have installed. You can find this sticker in the trunk next to the spare tire. This PR number for the front brakes and this one is for the rear brakes. Before we get started, let's put the car in jack mode. This will turn off the air suspension so it doesn't activate when the car is raised. Turn on the ignition. Press the button labeled Car in the center console. Choose Car Systems, Service and Control. And then air suspension will change. Now that we got that out the way, let's remove the wheel. Use the tools provided to remove the lug nut covers, don't use a screwdriver. Loosen the lug nuts. Raise the car and remove the wheel. The brake caliper should not be disassembled, instead you should remove the complete assembly from the bearing housing. More on this later. To make it easier to access the caliper bolts, rotate the steering so the back of the caliper face outwards. Like this. This is the brake pad wear limit sensor. Note that there are no sensor on the right side. It is clipped onto here and must be removed. Use a flat blade screwdriver or similar tool to pry it out of the hole, then rotate it either clockwise or counterclockwise. It doesn't matter which direction you go, as long as the clip is out of the hole. You must also detach it from the brake lead fitting. Use a flat blade screwdriver for this. Disconnect the wire harness. And fasten the brake hose from the suspension. This hose go around to the other side. Secure the brake caliper assembly with the wire hanger to prevent damage to the brake hose when the caliper is removed. Open the brake fluid reservoir and check the fluid level. If it is too high, you may need to suck some out. You will need to push the pistons back, in which in turn will push brake fluid back up the line into the reservoir. Use a channel lock pliers to push the pistons back in. This will move the pads away from the brake rotor. Now it's time to remove the brake caliper. Remove these two bolts. Lift the caliper assembly off and place it to the side. Make sure the brake hose is not stretched. Take care not to damage these ball joint rubber boots. Pry out the old brake pads. Remove the brake wear sensor. If it's not damaged, you can reuse it. Here is how it is attached to the brake pad. Check that none of these shims are missing. There should be 3 of them per pad. Sometimes they stuck to the brake pad and get pulled out with it like this one did. Use a razor blade to remove it from the old pad. Apply brake grease to the guide pins. This is a special high-temp grease designed for brake parts. Apply it to the guide pins only in small amounts. Do not apply grease to the brake pads. Ensure that all 6 shims are in place, then install your new brake pads the same way you remove the old ones. You can install the brake pad wear sensor before or after the caliper installation. Reinstall the brake caliper assembly. To 196 Newton meters. Press the brake pedal a few times to build up pressure and seat the pads to the rotor. Check brake fluid level. Secure all hose and wire harness to their location. Thanks for watching.